We are back and we are in the qualifying. Cars are lined up in the pit out. So it's time to see who's going to come alive in this session. I do know a lot of people are incredibly excited and eager and pleased, as far as even fans there locally, to see Lewis Hamilton not only get pole position for the sprint, but take a sprint win in a Ferrari right out in round 2 of the season. But I do not warn you, but I do say, hey, take that, enjoy it, but definitely don't automatically apply it to the qualifying sessions and say that it'll be a deadlock for qualifying. McLaren are still very much in that battle. Red Bull are still very much in that battle. Ferrari is in that battle. And we don't know what teams like Mercedes might be able to do with Russell. I don't quite know about Antonelli being a factor in this right here, but for sure, Piastri, Lando, Max Verstappen. You might even have to keep an eye out for Yuki, honestly. I mean, think about that. You might even have to keep an eye out for Yuki. So that is something. So there's just a lot. There's a lot that you're gonna have to look out for sure. You just don't know how it's gonna turn out. I wouldn't say that it's safe to automatically, to assume that Lewis Hamilton will take qualifying pole position here. What's going on, DG Big Blue, Big Navy, hoorah. I wouldn't say that should be an automatic, honestly. I think that everybody should kind of proceed with a little bit of caution and try to, leave your mind open. Be open-minded for what could actually take place. Be open-minded for who could actually be in here. And my apologies if I do have to leave slightly early. I'll let you know for sure. But we are in here. What's going on? Sylvia with Kelly in the live chat. DG Big Blue with Navy Uriah in the live chat. So here we go. It's game time. And at this point in time, like I said, leave your mind open to who might and who can take this. I definitely don't think it's safe to just assume Lewis Hamilton will take quali, but it is fair for people to consider that. But yeah, McLaren still in there. Ferrari still in there. I don't anticipate any major surprises. Like, I don't think we're going to see Williams all of a sudden come up and get a pole position, or Aston Martin come up and get a pole position. But, oh my gosh, Jack doing off the road again in the Alpine is starting to become, you know what? I'm gonna give Jack doing a little space. He did come into contact with a Sauber earlier. What's up, Dave Quattro in the live chat? He did come into contact with a Sauber. Now he kind of spins off track, so it's not worse than Ollie Behrman in the other 2 events prior to the race completely destroying a Haas car. But these rookies they're having a little bit of a rough time. They're having a little bit of a rough time. I'll say that. What's up, Galactus in the live chat? Let's go, bro. So, good morning to everybody as well. 12 minutes still left on this clock. This is qualifying Q1. And you know what I always say, Q1, we don't take necessarily a lot. Lewis Hamilton at the top, Pia at the top, bringing these tires in. Of course, we're going to see the same type of situation. We're going to know what's going to happen here, where drivers are going to have to be looking out for that tire deg, especially I think on the front left tire is where we'll be looking for that. So who's going to be able to manage that? I think it's safe to say that Lewis Hamilton probably is the better driver at managing that. Pia comes in right down. Now Hamilton is sandwiched between two McLarens. So, hey, The McLarens, like I said, don't count them out. They're going to be right back in here. And that's why I say we don't know about Lewis Hamilton getting pole position here, but I'm definitely not counting him out. Nobody should count him out. Antonelli over in third, Q1. Antonelli over in third, Q1. I'll give him some kudos on that, man. I think the young rookie right here, even though it's just round 2, is showing some good signs of he may be okay this season. Hamilton over in 2, Russell over in third. It seems at least here Mercedes able to build some consistency of that positioning with Russell. Antonelli at least in that top 5-10 area. So that is good for them as well. They're probably looking at that as a plus. And we don't know where they're going to be later on in the season as well. But Kick Sauber being in 7 and 10, I don't think that'll be realized by Q2. Ali and Ocon being top 10 in Q1 right now, I don't think that'll be realized by Q2. And Gasly, I'm not going to say Gasly won't be there because we saw Gasly kind of come alive a bit at the end of last season, kind of having some decent finishes. So maybe he's a surprise in the top 5. Definitely not pole position, but maybe he's a surprise top 5. Yuki, we're looking to see what Yuki's going to do. Did they take Yuki into the office and tell him that he can't perform? Did they take Yuki in there and say, you better fail and let Slauson get in front of you? But right now, while we're talking about Lawson right now, he's at 19. Doohan's in 20th. Gasly would definitely be showing Alpine, and there goes Max Verstappen. Like I always say, he can put in a hot lap. Max Verstappen takes the pole position right now in Q1 with 9 minutes still left. Yuki in 17th right now, Albon in 16th. Of course, when we get down to the final 4 minutes, we'll start really seeing who's going to form up to be in a drop-off zone. If it's your first time here watching qualifying with us, the red area on your screen right there where you see Albon, Yuki, Hadjar, Lawson, and Doohan, if those drivers do not complete a good enough lap by the time the clock hits 0, they will be eliminated here in Q1 and will not proceed into Q2, and our top 15 cars will. So Antonelli is pushing. And I did see a quote, Leclerc is in 11th, Stroll pops over to 5. I did see a quote about Antonelli and his situation, I think last year, where he ended up having an incident, I believe might have been last year. He was talking about Hadjar over the 4th. Let's go, Hadjar. Change your fortune, brother. Change your fortune. And he was just talking about how he was pure pace, pure pushing, not completely knowledgeable, and having the experience to understand you want to build it up over the course of the different, not even just the weekend, but the sessions. So him learning to, hey, I can't just go out here in a Formula One car and just go walls wide open throttle and take it out. Yuki popping over the 4. Let's go, Yuki. Let's go, Yuki. What's going on? I see Galactus. I see Dave. I see Sylvia with Kelly. There's Doing this popping up again. And Yuki and Hadjar 4 and 5. Albon over in 6. Okay. Finally, at some point in time, the Racing Bulls tied together. Maybe Hadjar puts together a better lap. I don't know if he still, remember, because it's a build-up, and it does happen. I don't know if Hadjar's going to be there when it comes to Q2, but I will say this. I would like to see Hadjar make it through all 3 sessions and maybe finish top 15. If he finishes more than that, good for him. Let's go. Sainz, looking for him to improve. I know he's the elder statesman. I know he's the driver with the most experience from more than one top team, Ferrari, McLaren, but he's still learning the car, so I am looking to see some progression from him in a Williams. So definitely would like to see him make it in the Q3 top 10 by that session. Hamilton is currently 3rd. Max Verstappen currently has pole position. And you know what? I think right now, what's up, Mary Beanie in the live chat? I think right now, even with Max having pole position, I think it's safe for people that support Max or are fans of Max, even delusional stands of Max. I think it's fair to have a little bit of concern if he's honestly going to be able not only to keep pole position, but even if he achieves pole position, where will he end up inevitably in the actual race? Both Ferrari with Hamilton and McLaren with Pia have shown the pace to overtake him. But there are some things that possibly Max Verstappen could have learned about his tire wear, tire deg, and maybe he corrects that and performs a bit better in the race where racing Red Bulls get out there in clean air and he makes something happen. You know, I remain true to still very early in the season and as well as even in qualifying session. So I am going to, and I'm not doing that just to say, okay, I don't see if that happens and I don't want to be wrong. I'm doing that because it's an actual, so it's a real thing that I believe in. I know all the stuff that surrounds Verstappen for sure because it's true, but still they do have one of the top performing cars, and we still need to see all these drivers and these cars on a few different circuits to try to see who's got the better overall car and who can be a top performing team more often than not. But I am very cool with understanding that Max Verstappen, he is under some pressure. He is surrounded with nice competition now, and I don't think he performs well in that situation after having the most dominant car. I've noticed a bit different tone in his voice and with his press conference responses. So it does tell me something that he's become aware of that has changed even for himself. And sometimes an asshole can be humbled to the point where they realize they're no longer in extreme power. They start talking a little bit different. So maybe that probably could be Max Verstappen. What's going on? Duchess Holland pulling up. Pia is holding strong in that area. Antonelli in third. Let's go, young guy. Yuki fifth. Hadjar sixth. Pat Pitt situation. We got 3 minutes. I want to see who else is going to go about. Let's see where Lawson is. Yeah, this right here is, I'm telling you, even think about this. What if Hadjar, Behrman and Hadjar even finish in the top 10? I mean, just what if? Behrman, I don't think I'll be there. Hadjar, I don't know. If Yuki has the possibility with that car, possibly maybe Hadjar getting confidence, getting a little bit more comfortable. What if he does something? But yo, I'm really loving this whole thing that could be building up for Red Bull. I'm really loving it. I'm really enjoying it. And it's because I'm really disappointed about what happened with Yuki. And I think a lot of people feel the same way. So also just want to point out that we do have 39.6 Celsius on the track temp, 26.5 on air temp. Winds are 10.4 kilometers due southwest. Humidity is at 14%. Pressure is at 15.3. And we have currently no wind. Drivers getting back out for pit out. And even at this time, 2 minutes, they're going to try to pump in some last laps. But I think right now, the top 5 are not even safe because Leclerc is still going to get out there and do something. Alonso is going to get out there and do something. But I think if anybody's going to spoil that top 5 setting, it'll be them. But we're really concerned about the overall top 15. That's where you're in or you're out at this point in time. The line is never at 5. It's always at 10, 15. So even if they could, I think pretty much they're all right. the top five currently right now are probably safe, regardless of what may happen here. And let's see what Saints actually is going to get ready to probably come across. Soft tires are the choice. Everybody's on catch up. Yeah. All right. Ocon needs to step it up. Gasly needs to step it up. Sainz, Lawson, Dorn. Those drivers need to find a way to dig themselves out of this hole and into Q2. We can't even be concerned about Q3 right now. They need to be concerned with just getting into Q2 and hopefully be able to build something from there. And they have less than a minute to do it. Less than a minute to trigger, again, another lap that would be within regulation. Verstappen, he's going to stay in. He doesn't see any need or any concern to do that. Now, do notice that take notice that Max Verstappen's current time is better, 4 seconds better than Lewis Hamilton's fastest lap in the sprint race. So do take that into consideration. So very well could be that Red Bull have found something, made some changes, and now the car has come alive. So do keep that in mind. 7 seconds left. Max is not going to even come out. This is something that he's done, and that's something that we've known him to do. They know they got a lap that's going to not drop them out of the qualifying sessions. They're not going to worry about coming out, especially when you see the closest person behind you. 5 people behind you is not it. So Q1 is out of there. We're going to just wait now to see who, because they still have laps to finish, sectors to finish that could pump them in. Albon slides back. Hadjar's in 7th. Alonso does come over to that 6th spot. Yuki now in 5th, still in 5th, is awesome. Hamilton still 4th. Antonelli's 3rd. Russell is needing to do something here. Leclerc slide over to 2. Let's go, Leclerc. That's what I'm talking about, brother. And Yuki to the top of the timing charts. Oh my gosh, Yuki to the top of the timing charts right here as we close out Q1. I love it. Hadjar still in the top 10. Russell pumps in a nice lap as requested. Goes over to 2nd. Sainz is Hadjar. What is up? Hadjar pumps in a first time, I think, ever a Norris slides over in the McLaren to 1. Getting them in, y'all. They're getting them in. Sainz, thank you. Sainz makes it. Let's go, Sainz. Get it to get Albon still showing that he is the most experienced driver at Williams, pumps over to 6th. Antonelli is in 10th. Aston Martin might be out of it. Lewis Hamilton right now in 11th. Nothing really. I think that might be it. If anybody makes something happen, it could be maybe Lewis Hamilton. I think he's still on a push. Alonso is still on a push, I believe. So we're going to see. Lawson's in 20th. The Leon son. What's going on? The way people talk about Max, they act like he is bigger than the Super Bowl, but Yuki is showing him up. Hey, come on, man. They've been pumping Max since the scandal. This is what they do, Leon. This is what they do. It's aggravating and it's annoying that they do it, but this is what they do. They want that face of Formula One to change. And that is it right there. Hamilton is in the pit at 11th. I don't know what's up with that, but I can tell you if we got a yellow flag, chat. We got a yellow flag. Oh, it might be a system check. Might be a system check. Yellow flag came out. I think it might just be a system check on that. Yeah, I think that might be just a systems thing. By now we would have heard of somebody, happening. But there it is. Lawson Slauson is out again. He's out again. He's 20th. He is earlier. I forget who said it, but said he was channeling his inner Logan Sargent. And here we go. Bortoleto doesn't outperform his elder statesman, Nico. Doohan does not necessarily outperform, but it doesn't matter because both Alpine drivers are out. Behrman also does not outperform Ocon. He is going to be out. So there are your bottom 5 gone. Lewis Hamilton in 11th. Don't really know what's up, but like I said, things could change in qualifying. I said that earlier, and you might very well be looking at something that will change qualifying. So yeah, I think they're just checking out the system, reporting system, flagging system, indication. So that's it right there. There is Q1 in the books. Hajar second, Yuki third. And damn, Verstappen is 5th. Definitely, I would think what we see happening is Russell's on the radio. What we see is Lewis Hamilton possibly saving himself, saving his tires, not pressing too hard right there, just making it in. And then he's probably maybe goes to push something. It does look a little weird for him to go sprint quali and then fall back to 11. But things like that can happen though. So DG Big Blue in the super chat, the look on Marco's face is priceless, isn't it though? Isn't it though? I'm with you on that. So, new drop-off zone set. I'm telling you, I want to see Christian Horner's face by round 5 if Yuki is just consistently pumping out laps and the only Red Bull driver, the second Red Bull driver out of the conglomerate of 4 to be bringing points to the junior team while Max Verstappen brings points to the varsity team. And the other 2 drivers mainly lost. And I'm not even criticizing Hajar much. Hajar made it into Q2 even. Hajar made it into Q2. Lawson didn't even make it into Q2 in a Red Bull. At this point in time, if you were largely pumping Lawson over Perez, if you were in favor and loving that Yuki didn't get his chance at Red Bull, I'm laughing at you right now. I'm not saying that this is going to be a continuation throughout the season, what Lawson may be doing, but it does not look good at all for Hajar and Yuki to be consistently outperforming Lawson, especially Yuki, and him doing what he's doing right now in this Red Bull car when they also were pumping him as if he's the one. Maybe they took a little bit too much out of Lawson, giving Perez the middle finger. Like, that's the driver we need. That's the energy we want in a Red Bull car. And maybe you should have backed down on that. Maybe that's part of your Red Bull's problem. Hiring the wrong guy on shenanigans. So, clock's reset. We got 14 minutes and 30 seconds right now for Q2. And these drivers... these drivers could give us quite a show by Q3. And I also want to see where's Hamilton going to be at the end of Q2. Is he going to be out or is he going to be in? I think it's even hard for them to say the sole only Red Bull in a session when Red Bull has 4 cars, 4 drivers. Just keep it a buck. You got 3 Red Bull drivers in the session. Come on, man. Let's just keep it a buck right here. Carlos, I'm glad he made it into Q2. And if he can perform like that moving forward, hopefully he can make it in the Q3. Sylvia with Kelly. Lawson has less pumps than, whoa, damn, less pumps than Virgin. Well, damn. Let the good times begin, Sylvia with Kelly. Let the good puns, jokes, and nicknames begin. They're going to be well deserved. You know, you play silly games, you win silly prizes. Now, hey, if we come around and all of a sudden, it's still because I still give all the rookies, including Lim, some room to grow. I do. I mean, imagine if we get to round 6 and all of a sudden Lim comes online, but also imagine if we get to round 6 and Lim's like Logan Sargent. At least we could say right now he's not wrecking cars. He's not tearing them up. He's just not doing a great job at being the driver that he was sold to us and advertised to us to be. So, and that's fair. Here we go. We are back at it. 12 minutes. Norris going ahead, popping to the top of the charts. So we're going to see if he's going to hold that. Is McLaren going to get that pole position this time around? Is Ferrari going to get the pole position? Also, what's Charles going to do? You know, I want to see Charles get some good laps and be at the top. I think it's just it's a good race and competitive when you have your teammate with you at the top, whether it's split by one or rate back-to-back to run different strategies, to decide on who's going to protect who can give the team the best opportunity. I think that's good. And it's good for us to see teams deploy these strategies and how they deploy them. I know that Leclerc had got some orders before, but I don't think necessarily it's Ferrari showing us that they 100% will always go that way. And then again, Lewis Hamilton is Lewis Hamilton, and he is in the building. So here it is. Russell Hadjar again floating around the top 5. I like it, Hadjar. Go get it, dude. Go get it, Hadjar. Go make some things happen. You know, people crapped on you last week. Anthony Hamilton, Lewis Hamilton's dad, came and embraced you and gave you some advice and comfort as a father. And I want to see him. I want to see Hadjar also perform well. Because it doubles down. It doubles down on the Red Bull and Lim situation. Pia going over to 4th, Russell in 3rd. Let's see where Lewis Hamilton is going to be. Norris popping to the top of the charts. Lewis about to close his sector up. We're going to see where he's going to pop. And there it is to 8th. Lewis to 8th. Now, if this is something that stays consistent, Ocon going to 1st. If this is something we see staying consistent, Ferrari have made a change that's not going to benefit Lewis Hamilton. Antonelli at the top with a 131.5. Yo, Russell at the top with a 131.3. Lewis Hamilton being kicked down to the drop-off. Max Verstappen is 14th. Max Verstappen goes over to 8th. They got 9 minutes. We still got a lot of time. If that's the case, Ferrari, if they've made a change on Lewis's car, this might be showing them that it is not working. You need to spend some time, go back and make that happen. And you don't have a lot of time at all if that is the case. Stroll going over to 3rd. Okay. Nepotism baby. I see you. Got the nepotism baby going over there. Roger that. Yuki in the 2nd. Let's go, Ukester. Let's go, Ukester. Woo, Pia. Pops over to 1st. Cycling them out. Sainz in 8th. Alonso now joining the top 10 because that's where you're going to need to be if you're going to continue to go to Q3. Norris, 130.7. McLaren heating up. Damn. Hamilton over the 6. 7 laps, 8 laps on those tires. He has the oldest tires right now on the grid. He has the tires with the most laps by 3 laps on the grid right now on the track. 8-lap-old tires. Next up is Antonelli and 5-lap-old tires. Leclerc is also on 8-lap-old tires. Albon going over the 7th. Let's go, Albon. Williams. I just need Sainz to get on. Verstappen only able to achieve 3rd right there. Still notched out by the McLaren drivers. Now, where is Ferrari going to fall in this? And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know if Russell's enough pressure there. If maybe the McLarens were split and Verstappen were in the middle, we would see something happen there. But I don't think Mercedes there enough to really put some threat or put some scare into Verstappen as far as him needing to be concerned about his mirrors. It would be Lewis Hamilton and maybe Leclerc if we see something happen with him. But right now we're seeing Ferrari down in the 7th, 9th. We'll see how that's going to continue to go. I'm going to try to push through the rest of this. If not, trust me, if I can't make it to Q3, I will let you all know, but I'm going to try to hold tight. Only 7 minutes left. Aston Martin, Hadjar falls back to 13th. Yuki's in 5th. Big gap now that drivers are starting to really push it up. Oof, man. I would say definitely 9. I wonder if Ferrari are going to play a tire game. I need to see what's their tire situation. Let me see if I can find some information on that. Definitely, let me see if I can find something on that. Let me see. Let's see if we can find some information on that. So no fresh tires for the Ferraris. Hamilton pulled in on the white bridge. Let's see. I know that's got to be aggravating, though. To be stopped by them, to have to be weighed. I know it's got to be aggravating. All right, so. Nothing up yet for right now. Here we go. Racing sets. That's Melbourne. We're going to have to wait a little while to see completely what they're going to have for the racing sets after this. They don't have that up yet. And they got the times up. So we won't know yet. We'll have to wait a little while and see how that's going to be. 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Ferrari still are in the Q3 if everything kind of remains like it is right now. But it looks like I still won't count Aston. Maybe because Hulk, they're at 10. I'm not going to count one of the Aston Martins out to possibly fulfill that. And I still think that Sainz might even be maybe. I would hope that Sainz could even possibly do something. So that 10th spot, and maybe Hadjar, I don't know if he's going to be in 13. He showed us some flashes Q1. Can he show us a flash in Q2 and make it there? Can't wait to get Sir Lewis Hamilton 2025 mini helmet for my set. Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice, brother. Definitely be nice. Might looking to get one myself now that you're talking about that. All right, so 3 minutes before we're into Q2. Q3 before we're out of Q2 into Q3. Max Verstappen right now third. Russell fourth. I think right there, I think that's where Mercedes will fall, especially if Lewis Hamilton and Leclerc don't come up. Mercedes will fall right there, four through six. Antonelli is gonna, if anybody, Antonelli. Yuki is really hanging on to this top, this fifth, 5 through 7 area, and I think that is phenomenal. He's really hanging on to that. That's consistent right now, that what we can expect. Even when Yuki, before the rain and the adverse situations in Australia, he was there. You know, before that whole pit stop debacle, and that's where he was, and that is seeming to be consistent. Only 2 rounds though, so yeah, not a lot of data and evidence to support that's where he'll be for the rest of the season. But I like that. 083 in the super chat saying, "I'm going to try and stay awake, but I'm running out of gas." Brother, I hear you. I'm telling you, I hear you. Pain that keeps me up. I hear you on that, brother. It's not the sleepy that keeps me up. It's the pain that keeps me up, bro. I'm telling you. But I definitely hear you. You try to hang in there. You try to hang in there, brother. Okay, so here we go. 2 minutes. This is it. This is game time. This is the moment they're gonna have to make this happen. If you're gonna get out of that drop-off zone, you're gonna need to put something together right now. You need to put something together right now if you're getting out of there. Just trying to see if Lewis Hamilton, fresh softs on the car. Antonelli is reporting that the magic button is stuck. You know what magic is, right? You know what that magic is. Verstappen in second, unable to dethrone Norris on right now, preferred pole position. Hulk moves up a spot, kicks Leclerc down. Let's see what the Leon Sun, let's go, says, my last rap pun. No, brother, don't make it your last. You got some good ones, man. Don't make it your last. You got some good ones, bro. Keep them coming. If they fit, I want to hear them. Says, turning off Red Bull TV, they tried to whacked out confidence, and he's showing the samurai spirit. Oh my gosh, that shit right there make a move to Europe, huh? Bars. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Keep them coming, bro. If they fit, keep them coming. Here we go. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Lewis Hamilton right here, only up to 7th and 8th. This is what happens sometimes. They might realize we made a change, it didn't work, and now they're not having enough time and to get it fixed or make things happen without risking falling out of qualifying, and they're not going to want to try to give up as much position as they can. So, hey, I don't know. Still a very successful weekend for Lewis Hamilton. Paul Hadjar, let's go. Hadjar knocking up on the door. Let's go. I am so with the Racing Bulls, both Hadjar and Yuki. Yuki and Hadjar, respectfully to be said in that order. Yuki and Hadjar to make it into Q3 while Lawson is sitting on the couch in the motorhome playing PlayStation or Xbox or on his PC. Whatever he's doing, he's not racing. He's not driving now. He's in the motorhome. Get him some snacks. We're going to see if Antonelli can hold on here. Can Albon even hold on? Both Astons are out of there. They're going to. Ocon lived as long as he could. He's going to. Sainz is out too. I'm just hoping Saints can come alive by 5th round, man. Lewis is 7th. Leclerc is 7th. Hamilton is 8th. Ferraris together. Let's see where they're going to be coming up. I mean, and I'm going to tell you, that's wild right here if both Racing Bulls make it in front of the Ferraris. That's wild. That's a lot of different, that's a large amount of change from just a few hours ago we were live, right? Wasn't even 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago. We were looking at a Ferrari just running up and putting a gap on them in the sprint race. Now here we are in qualifying. As I said, later in the day, things could change, and it's looking like some things have changed. Now, I will say throughout race pace, I think Leclerc and Hamilton come right up through Russell, Yuki, and Hadjar. Maybe. Let me just keep it a buck, maybe. That's it. They're out of there. Your eliminated people, Evacuated. I don't know if anybody's watched that show, Evacuated. Since I've been in this situation, I've never watched more TV in my life at all. It's kind of, anyway. Ocon, Hulk, Alonso, Stroll, and Sainz, they're gone. They're gone. And it is time where I say, if you haven't been here before, where I say pushing the chips to the center of the table. All chips, all bets in. Teams need to go ahead. They're going to try to make their adjustments, try to see where they went wrong, where they can improve. Albon makes it into Q3, barely, but he makes it. 300s by Ocon is where that difference was between he and Albon. Sainz, like 300s. Man, if you make it into Q3, you make it into Q3. And I'm going to be interested to see what Albon does with Antonelli, Russell if he falls, Hadjar if he falls, to get up to, to improve that position to get a bit more points for Williams. But I think right now what we're watching to see if Ferrari are where they are, and that's where they're going to be, or is Piastri going to turn up and be able to get in front of Max, or do they want to stay right there? Does he want to stay right there in third position? Because it's a little bit of a game to be played right here. So we'll see what's gonna happen. Had y'all doing a good job. And hopefully had y'all feeling like he could have pushed more, doesn't put him in a situation where he crashes the car. All right? Pushing more can mean crashing the car. Let's not do that. This is looking good for you. So right now we got Doohan out, rookie. Behrman out, rookie. Lawson out, rookie. They're out of there. 3 of the 5 are gone. Bortoleto out, gone. So right there, 4 of them, 4 of the rookies out of there. 4 of the 6. Racing Bulls are, man. And if we look there at the trap speeds, you also see on the trap that Ferrari, Leclerc, and Hamilton, sectors 1 and 2, fastest 2 cars right there. But then in the finish line and speed trap, Verstappen is highest. Verstappen's got the fastest car. I don't know. This is what's cracking me up when we're consistently hearing people talk, oh, he's in the slowest car. He's in the slowest car. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Can you stop talking shenanigans? I mean, what are we getting at here? You know, we hear these, and I'm just gonna call them what I call them, idiot Stan fans right there. Max Verstappen literally is in the fastest car according to trap speeds right there. 339, a whole kilometer an hour in front of Russell, and several kilometers of hours in front of several other people in there. So it's got the fastest car at the speed trap, not the finish line and not the sector. So that matters, right? That does matter, but the car is fast. Now it's on them to put situations together where the car, no. It's not on them. Wait a minute. It's not on them because Max Verstappen can take an AlphaTauri or a Haas to pole. It's on Max to make this car that's one of the fastest be where it should be. It's not one of the slowest. It's not one of the slowest teams. It's one of the faster teams. That should be enough for Max to take it and do what he's got to do. But lately he hasn't. All right, he hasn't won a race yet this season, so I imagine he will. I imagine he will win a race this season. I don't know which one it's going to be. It could very well be this one. Like I said, they performed and were very strong here last year. But it's not what we're seeing now. That's not what we're getting now. Right here, clock's been reset 12 minutes. I wonder if they're going to do the mandatory tire allocation this season too. I like when they do that. You got to use a hard, you got to use a medium. Now you can use a soft. I like when they do that. That adds another bit of challenge in. So I'm definitely looking forward to that little wrinkle being the case coming soon. So yeah, I like that as well. Let's get this party going, fellas. Let's get it cranking. Let's go. Here we go. 11 minutes, 48 seconds and counting down. Let's see who's got it to start with. Let's see. We could have a new pole position right now this weekend. McLaren's looking like they're back at it. Let's see if Lando and Pia can put it together here. Hamilton, let's go. Leclerc, let's go. Norris, let's go. I want to see, it would be awesome to me. And I'm just a person that likes to see dogs just getting out on it. If we see Max, Lando, Pia, Leclerc, Hamilton all clustered but mixed. So let's just say we see Lando first, Hamilton second, Pia third, Leclerc fourth, Max Verstappen, just mixed up like that in no particular order. That is going to give us a dogfight at the front, a pure dogfight. Russell's going to go ahead, probably take the top of the charts right now just to kind of get us going in the direction. And there he is, Russell up top, 10 minutes left. What's going on? Anthony Carrier coming into the live chat. What's up, Anthony? I see you, brother. Dave's Quattro pull up. There goes Max Verstappen to the top. We're going to see a little bit of swapping out here. Roger that. Sylvia with Kelly saying that going to have to keep an eye out as Max may be under investigation. Yeah, and you know what, Sylvia with Kelly? We know how that kind of works sometimes, right? We know how that works with Max being under investigation sometimes. He's not so much under investigation as it is a formality. And then we see the results of this investigation like, that's what typically happens. All Racing Bulls at the top of the chart right here. All Racing Bulls, they were until Pia split that. Pia unable to do anything with Max Verstappen's time right there. Max Verstappen could very well have pole position here. He's got 9 minutes to hold on to it. Can he do that? Hamilton moves up to 6, but it's not where we would have thought we would have seen him coming into this event. But I did leave some room to say, hey, it's possible things change. Russell goes up to 5th. Mercedes, I think that's where they're gonna be. Norris, bow, popped it. Norris popped it. There he is. Pole position right now. Provisional pole position. Not he doesn't have it for sure. He is right now, just currently. There goes Verstappen. Boom, kicking it in a 130.9. Jeez. Hot. Oh my gosh, Antonelli, I see you. Several, definitely a bit behind, but Antonelli, I see you. Yeah, for sure. Let's go. Look at that. Bao Yuki at the top 3. I'm gonna love it. And I know some people will be like, I don't want to see all 3 Racing Bulls pulling into Parc Ferme, but I will love it. I don't care if Yuki's part of that. I'm gonna love it. Had y'all part of that, I love it. Pia says 130.7, 2/10 on that. Let's go. Hey, Yuki, just do what you do. Hamilton up to top 3. There it is. I'm gonna love this. Let's mix it up a little bit more. Leclerc, come on up, Charles. Come on up. There we go, Charles, up to 4th. Lando, going to grab number 2 or number 1, Lando. Going to grab something, brother. There he goes. Front row McLaren right here for 7 minutes still left. Still got a lot of time to push. These times are coming down. This is what I want to see. I want to see these 5 drivers in an absolute dogfight. That's what I want to see, chat. Let's go. Absolute dogfight. Let's get it. That's Pia with that pole position though. Can Pia hold on to that? Russell up to 5. This is where Mercedes is gonna float. 5, 7. They're gonna be in there. Man. Hey, had y'all Yuki. Hey, y'all did what y'all could do when y'all had. Hey, I like it. I still like where they are. It's still awesome. There's some FU type situations with Hadjar too. His last race, they was writing him off and counseling him, and it was a lot of support for him. That's some FU type situation. Hadjar getting there, Yuki getting in there. It's definitely gonna be some FU situation. Albon moving up tonight, kicking that Antonelli to 10th. I still need Antonelli go ahead and shorten up his name on the official sheets of the FIA. I need him to go ahead and shorten that up. Goodness gracious, man. 5 minutes. They're about to get in and try to cook it up. They get in there, putting a little salt, putting a little paprika on it, giving a little bit of taste, just needs a little something else. Put a little bit of that, put a little bit of what they call sage in there, get that in there. Maybe a little bit more, a little garlic powder in there. They're getting ready to try to get these ingredients right, try to get that meal cooked up nice and tidy, real flavorful. They'll be coming out probably with, I don't know, maybe 245, something like that. Come back out 245, clicks in. They'll start going back out here. Right now, oldest tires are most used right here. It's going to be between the Racing Bulls and Albon. 6 laps on those softs. Next up from that is Russell with 4 laps on his. Everybody else is 3 laps in. I can hold it together. I can hold it together for 4 or 5 more minutes. I can hold it together. Let's go. Let's go. Man, Oscar might be in his bag. Lando gonna have to get him. It's 900s right there between him and Oscar. Max Verstappen behind what do we got right there? 2/10. So yeah, Hamilton right there, pretty much. I mean, there ain't nothing but 2,000 separating him from Max Verstappen. Same amount of laps on their tires. This last push is going to be interesting. Put some, hey, put it in there. Cilantro, everything. Let's go. Let's go. Those powder blue earmuffs on the young one look pretty good. I like it. All right, here we go. We going out. Look at the Red Bull. Look at Max squeezing in between. Let's go. Here we go, chat. 3 minutes. Let's get it, man. All right, here we go. This is it. This is game. This is the final push. Final stint to make this happen. Yo. Racing Bulls almost collide. Hadjar pulls right out in front of Max Verstappen. Almost wrecked the cars in pit lane. Goodness gracious. I want to hear that radio. Hadjar just pulls right out in front of Max Verstappen. That would have been absolutely funny had they collided in the pit lane. We talk about yellow flag in pit lane. That's crazy work. Oh my gosh. 2 minutes. Yo, that's why I'm going to tell you right now, what you just saw from Hadjar is exactly what Red Bull is afraid of with letting Yuki into a Red Bull seat, is that they're not going to give a damn about Max Verstappen. They trying to get out here and win. That's why they not going to want to do that. All right, here we go. Come on, let's get it. Piastri, Norris, finna be on this push. Let's get it on, man. We are underneath the 2 minute time. All right, I'm going to put a poll in the chat to see who you all think is going to be on poll. Gotta put a dog. Gotta put him in there. And I almost forgot about. All right, who you got for poll? Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it. Just vote on it. Or you can dance on it. It's all good. Do what you do. Do what you do. 48 seconds. All right, here we go. Let's see where he pushes. I don't think Max is gonna change. He does not change. So yeah, I mean that first sector, but that's that's not gonna be enough for sure. Might have been the best for him that first sector. Second sector, it definitely wasn't enough altogether to take that out. So Lando, where's Lando gonna be? He is in the pits. Lando is in the pits. Pia right now currently still probably gonna hold that position, and he's gonna hold that pole position. Max Verstappen still there. Antonelli in 8th. Leclerc is in 6th. Hamilton is in 4th. We need to see if Hamilton, Ferrari can improve on this last push. I don't know if Hamilton had gotten there before he could really get another lap in, but it looks like this is where it's going to be. Yo, Pia might have this. Pia looking like he got this. Jeez, man. Pia, goodness gracious, 130.641. Let's go. Let's go, Pia. Russell sliding up to 2nd, yo. Who else is going to come on now? Russell's going to start in 2nd. Oh, we definitely going to see some change in here. We definitely going to see some dog fighting. Russell's not going to want to be letting that go too easy. Not at all. Lando's in the pit, so he done. 5, 6, Russell second, Verstappen fourth. This is a mixed party. And I think about it. I just talked about this. I just talked about this mix-up happening. And here we go. Pia, Russell, Norris, Verstappen, both Ferraris. We've seen they have the pace. I don't know if something changed between sprint and qualifying that they may have adjusted, but it's done. It's a done deal now besides some minor changes. So I don't know what took place there. Maybe we have that the stewards incident involving Yuki, Pia, Russell, Hadjar, Norris, Sainz, Antonelli, failing to follow race directors. Was Max not in that? Maximum Delta time. We need to see where Max is on his situation. He said, I think that was the hairpin of my life. There it is, chat. That's what we got. There it is. Pia and P1. Let's go, Pia. Hey, Norris got Verstappen behind him. I want to see what he's going to do at the lights out. Need to bring it together. This could be crazy. I hope Lando going to be waiting on his dog so he can go ahead and congratulate Pia. Go ahead and wait on him at number 1. Wait on him at number 1. All right, chat. There we go, man. It is up. All right. There it is, up. Done deal. Albon hanging on 10. Yuki 9th. Hadjar 7th? Let's go, Hadjar. Hadjar 7th. I'm liking it. Let's go. So, hey, chat, this was still a good qualifying session for sure. All right. Good qualifying session. Lando. We'll see what he's going to do with Max Verstappen right behind him. Because up until now, I don't think a lot of us have thought much about Lando standing up to Max at all. Pia definitely will do it. Russell is definitely going to fight in there. I don't know if they're going to radio to Russell and tell him, don't fight much about this situation. We really don't have it in the race. I don't imagine Russell will initially follow those directions with smoothness. Max is going to push. Will he kill his tires? Hamilton and Leclerc are right behind him. Will the Ferraris engulf Max Verstappen and get by him using each other? But this right here, this 6 is nice. This is going to be a nice first few laps of the race for sure, seeing how it's going to go back and forth. I don't know how much tire management is going to kick in and how much push is going to kick in to kind of weigh out the battle, but this is a very good start to the race. All right, so I got some things I got to go take care of. Galactus says, take your nap today. Be ready for GPS. And I also will be posting the Wolves Den Discord meet for us to try to meet later in the day. We won't meet this early. We'll save it for 1,500 instead of 0300. Nasty Sue says Ferrari has race pace. They do, and that's what I'm wondering, if Ferrari are going to engulf Max Verstappen, or maybe Norris and Max move up, Russell falls down, and then they move up to their 4 and 5. So we'll just see how that happens, man. But yo, big shout out to y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get my stuff in and try to be ready for race and finale lap here. And let's see what we got. All right. Peace and love. I wish everybody well. Y'all stay up. Wolfpack out.